As a sales leader, CEO, or key decision maker, you know that your company's success relies heavily on its sales performance. It's what keeps the business moving forward, and it's where the revenue flows in. But is it possible that in our obsession with data-driven selling and the associated metrics, that we sometimes overlook the unseen yet critical drivers of high-performing sales teams? Over the last 30 years, CRM has come a long way in improving how sales functions are measured and reported. Today, almost all sales teams have a CRM tool that churns out infinite amount of data. But while CRM promised us more control, it's failed to deliver. Instead, what we've found is that we moved from real-time, individualized and directed sales coaching to management by mouse. With all of this data available at our fingertips and with all of the metrics available for us to measure, many businesses find that they still lack the influence over their sales that they need. To understand the severity of this problem, consider that the Vantage Group, together with the Sales Education Foundation, conducted a large study in which they examined 306 key metrics. 306 key metrics, all contributed by 12 global organizations with large sales forces. Those metrics could be categorized into metrics relating to business results, metrics relating to sales objectives, and metrics related to sales activities. Can I share with you the shocking news? The only metrics that you and your sales managers can directly influence are the metrics related to sales activities. And they make up only 17% of the 306 identified metrics. That's right, only 17% of the metrics that you are relying on to drive your business's growth are manageable by you or your sales leaders. So with that in mind, I'm sure you'd agree with me that we must manage these factors attentively and with great enthusiasm. But to do that, you have to foster a healthy sales culture and cultivate sustainability, especially in the fast-paced, technology-driven, results-oriented sales environment. Top-performing sales teams have 4 factors in play. Factors that, while hidden, are potent nutrients vital to cultivating a healthy sales culture and essential for the growth of teams and the individuals who make up those teams. Those 4 factors begin with clarity. This is a broad topic on its own, but let's start with the fact that every individual on your team must have crystal clear clarity on the key activities that drive revenue, and they must be able to correlate their own use of time with their revenue and pipeline. This might sound like common sense, but according to Salesforce, in 2019, the average seller was spending only 34% of their time on revenue-generating activities. In addition, your sellers must clearly understand the business's sales strategy, their territory, how to qualify an opportunity, and of course, how to craft a value proposition as is in the eye of the client or the sector they're approaching, and how to articulate that value proposition. Then they need conviction. To outperform your competitors, your team needs superior conviction. And unless they have extensive experience seeing the impact and outcome of your solution and your value proposition on their clients, it's likely that their conviction will waver. In tough economic times, when we are even more troubled than usual by negative thoughts, conviction is especially fragile. The research shows, and the fact is, that the seller who has higher levels of internal conviction will outperform the seller who is merely skilled. The salesperson or sales team who is sold out to their cause will consistently outperform the ones who are not. The third factor that winning teams foster is competency. This is where most organizations start, with teaching skills. And of course, as the founder and CEO of the Sales Council, a sales training and enablement organization, I'll be the first one to say that skills are vital. But we cannot expect our sellers to learn by osmosis, and training is not a once-off event. Top-performing organizations foster a culture of learning using dynamic, technology-driven methodologies that are practical and applicable. This combination ensures that learning is an ongoing and normal part of the day in the life of a seller. And last, but certainly not least, top-performing teams rely on their leaders and managers to be exceptional at coaching. B2B sales coaching helps reps to refine their selling skills and techniques. It can help to identify and address systemic issues within the sales team or the organization. And by analyzing the 17% of sales data and performance metrics that can be influenced, sales managers can pinpoint areas of weakness and proactively develop targeted coaching strategies to address these issues. Finally, sales coaching helps to build a sense of teamwork and camaraderie within the sales team. By providing individualized coaching, sales managers can demonstrate that they are invested in the success of each rep. This boosts morale, motivation, and job satisfaction. There is no doubt, sales management is one of the toughest jobs in the world. More scrutinized than almost any other corporate role. Sales might be simple, but it certainly ain't easy. I hope this video has given you some practical insight into a framework that will serve as a solid, strong foundation for your organization's growth and for fostering a healthy sales culture. For more on how we can work with your team at the next sales conference, find our contact details in the description below this video. If you found today's video helpful and you'd like more of these tips, please do show us some love, hit subscribe, give us a like, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below.